Hello everyone and welcome back. So in today's video, we are going to learn similar integration like Salesforce to WhatsApp integration, but this time instead of Twilio, we're going to utilize Vonage. So we learn how to set up Vonage and how we can use Apex again. The Apex is almost similar. We're going to use the same LWC and it's going to be so simple in under 20 minutes. So let's get started. Or let's say Vonage API. Okay. So the first thing is we have to go to Vonage. We can type down Vonage API, Vonage you can say here. Click on the first link, and then first thing is we have to create an account, right? So developer.vonage.com, right? Developer.vonage.com. Here we can sign up for free. Click on it, and then you have to fill up the form. It's going to look something like this. You have to provide your email, then set a password, provide your number and country code, and then finally click on create my free account. Nothing complex. It's just simple, right? No credit card required as it says for testing purpose for creating a free account. And obviously it's gonna send us some verification, right? So verification email. So let's go to the Gmail and see here it is. Verify new email address. Click on this button and hopefully our email verification is done. Then it says we use SMS and voice channel by default. Additionally, you can add the channel through you which you want to receive the two-factor authentication from the list. Okay, we can do two-factor authentication on WhatsApp also. So both options are available, whatever suits you. So now it's going to send you a message on your number which you provided at the time of sign up. So you first email verification and now phone number verification. So I have got my verification code and let's see. Okay, so our email and phone verification is done and we are in our Vonage dashboard, right? So let's start. Are you a developer? Yes. Which programming language you're going to be using? Okay, Node.js, C Sharp, other. Obviously, we are doing it for, we're going to do it with Apex, right? Okay, in which thing we're interested right now? Send, receive SMS from all over the world, send message via WhatsApp. So we're going to focus on this one. It's in beta, but it's still. So we have got our message API sandbox. We have our API key. Here it is. We can copy it by just clicking on this one. What's the message API version? Latest version, right? Version 1. Now it provides you a lot of things. Where do you want to send message to? Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Viber, or WhatsApp. So our focus for this particular tutorial is on WhatsApp, right? So let's first connect our WhatsApp. Okay, so either you scan it or there's no need to scan because it's going to just open the chat and then you have to send this message on this particular number. So let's do that. I'm sending it from my mobile. I have just sent it. Let's refresh and now you can see we have one number set up. Okay, so at least means right now it's a confirmation and you got a message on your WhatsApp also. Your number is now set up on the knee step message API sandbox. So this connection is done for the testing purpose. Okay, so now if you scroll down at the bottom, you will see the API. Here it is. I'm at the bottom and it says you can send a message to WhatsApp. Okay, this is the number given by Vonage to us. So we will be texting from this number and receiving message on this number. And here it is. It says it should be a post request. This is the URL. This should be the header. The content type should be application JSON, accept. And these are the headers. And then this is the whole body. So we have to provide from number. Then we have to provide to where we want to send message from our Vonage. Obviously, we have just set up our number, only one number for testing purpose. So we're gonna sending message on that number, and then we have to provide message type. It's going to be text, and then the actual message. As you can see, the from number and to number in both we don't have to provide e plus or zero or anything. and it says that don't provide these. Okay, you can directly start with the country code. So if you are in US, you can directly start with 1. For Pakistan, 92. For India, 91. Like that. One more thing to notice is, as you can see, the authorization header is first this one. What is this? This is actually your API key. I'll let you know where to find it, the API key, and the rest, this is your secret key. Okay, this is your secret key. So where we can find it, we have to click on this API settings on the left hand side. This uh, link will open up. Here at the top, you can see API key. We can copy it from here, just like we saw in the dashboard also. And if you see over here, account secret, here is our account secret. We can create multiple secrets, depending on the requirements, but simply we can copy it from here also, right? So these two things will be needed in our implementation. So now we know everything about how to send a message. Let's get started with VS Code and Apex. I'm in my Salesforce environment, and this is a simple Lightning Web component. Uh, we created this for our previous implementation, which was how to send a message using Twilio. Now we are using Vonage, right? So, and doing the same thing, sending a WhatsApp message. So if you want to know or learn how we have created this one, it's a simple LWC. You can watch my previous video, which is integration of Salesforce to WhatsApp using Twilio, right? Otherwise, I'm going to show you just quickly because there isn't any much things. It's a simple, see, a lightning card, then a div which is going to show hey send message, and then a simple input, right? Whatever text inside that input, and then finally a button. Nothing complex. And on click of a button, we are calling our Twilio Apex method right here. So instead of this, in this current implementation, which we're doing right now, we're going to be calling our Vonage WhatsApp.send message. So I'll comment this one out. Instead of Twilio, I'm going to say Vonage, right? And everything else remains same because what we have to do with this LWC is just simply get the input value, right? Whatever message user type in, and send it to Apex, and everything will be done in the Apex, right? We are just sending the input value to Apex. As I said in the previous implementation, also there are a lot of ways to get input value, and this is, I guess, the worst way to do it. But it doesn't matter because we are not learning LWC. We are more focused on integration of Vonage, right? We can use ref, we can use handle change, a lot of other things. Uh, so yes, so we are sending the message to our Vonage WhatsApp class. So we haven't created that. Let's do it. Create an Apex class with Vonage WhatsApp name. Okay. Now we'll create a simple method which should be our enabled because we have to call it from LWC, right? So public static string, we're going to return response. That doesn't matter that much because we're not focused on that. Our focus is on the Apex side. So method name should be send message simply, right? It will receive a string from the actual message which user will type in as an input. And then here we'll do the integration. So let's type down the basic things which are required for any. So let's say HTTP equals to HTTP. Then we need HTTP request to create our request. And then finally to receive a response, right? Means if the message was successfully sent or it was not sent or whatever. Now we have to create a request. Okay, we have to create our request. So we can go through the documentation. What does it say? It says this should be the URL. Okay, first thing. So let's create our request. So request dot set endpoint, right? In single quotes, I will provide the endpoint as it is copy paste. Next, request dot what is the method? So the API tells us it's a post method. So simply type down post. Then we have to set some headers, which are content type, which should be application JSON. So set header. So content type is application JSON. We can set another one which says accept application JSON, like this one, right? And now finally, this one, the combination of uh, URL encoded header. Okay, it should be URL encoded. So that's why we will first convert it into URL encoded format and then we will utilize it. So how to do the URL encoded account key and account secret? Let's do that. So set header. Header should be named as authorization. Okay, it's a basic authorization. And now everything, the account key and secret. I can simply type down, like copy this API key. This is my account key, this one, and then account secret. I can copy it from here, but we don't have to just provide those, but we have to encode them also, right? So let's do that. First, I'm going to store account key and account secret in some string, right? Let's copy and paste it from our dashboard. Copy account key is this, copy account secret is this one. So that's done. Now, in the request here, we have to pass the URL encoded version. We can directly do it here, but for simplicity or for understanding, let's do it like this. First, we have to create a blob. Okay, we can name it as anything, A, B, C, D. I am just giving it a simple name B. And we have to convert this account key and secret into a blob, combination of both. So what we'll say blob dot value of means we want to convert a string into blob. What is the string? A string should be account key first. If we have a look at it, account key, then we have a colon, right? So plus colon and then the account secret. So we have successfully converted our account key and secret into a blob. So now let's encode this one. String, I'm going to name it as encoded value. You can name it anything. So we will use encoding util class, which Apex provides us. And how we're going to encode it, we'll say base64 encode. Okay. And which what we are actually trying to encode, we are trying to include this blob, right? The combination of account key and secret. Finally, this encoded value can come over here in the authorization header. So our header is URL encoded. We have provided account key and secret. Now let's see what's remaining. Now we only have to provide the body because we are already done with all the headers and everything. So let's create a body. Since it's application JSON, it's a simple one. So either we can use a string or we can use map also. It's totally up to us how we wanna create a body, right? So let's do the basic simple thing. So a string, let's say body equals to, how it's gonna start? It's gonna start with a curly bracket. And finally at the end, that's confirmed that we have to close that also. So starting and ending is done. Now what's in between will come over here. First thing is from number. So we'll say from, and let's copy exact whole thing. Okay. So from number, it should be in double quotes from, and then this is the number which the account provided us for testing purpose right now for our tutorial demo. And then we have to provide that two number. So it should be, let's copy it from here also. Two, simple, right? And don't forget to add comma. And then we have to provide message type. It's going to be text. And then finally, the actual message. So message should, the key is text. So let's type down text in double quotes, then colon, and then after we can type down the message which we receive from our LWC. It should also be inside double quotes. So double quote is start, then the message, and then the closing quotes. Inside of single quote, this double quote is closing. And finally, after this one, we have a comma and say channel is WhatsApp, right? So copy after quote, we have a comma, and then the last line is body plus equals to WhatsApp channel. And we are done with the body. Now we can set request dot set body and provide our body because we have just created it. And finally, we have to send it and store the response in the HTTP response, which we did it here. So we are sending it with the help of this HTTP. Okay. So response will have dot send. Okay. So what we're doing, we are utilizing this HTTP and adding our request to send it, and whatever the response we will get from here, we are storing it in this res. And if you want to see what is the response we are getting, we can say system.debug to test it in the dev. Okay, so response, or we can send the response to LWC back also. So res.get body. And let's return this also. Return means we are returning the response to our LWC. Okay, so we will get that response in our LWC also. See, and that's it. Let's deploy. One more final step is always remember to add this in the remote site settings. So let's deploy and then add this in the remote site setting. Deployment is done to Salesforce, setup. We have to add the URL, otherwise Salesforce is not going to allow us. It's going to restrict. So remote site settings. New remote site. Let's say Vonage and tap down the URL. You don't have to include this. If you include this, that's it. It's going to take care of all the other things. Means anything after this one. And let's see. Refresh. So in the same LWCC, instead of using Twilio, now we are using Vonage. So let's deploy this one again for confirmation that it is using this Vonage WhatsApp class. Okay, deployed successfully. Let's go over here, hard refresh for LWC. Okay, message using Vonage API. And let's open console because what the response from Vonage means if the message was sent successfully or not, we will see over here. Click. Okay, so it says message UUI. It means, and here it is. See, using Vonage API. So I have got a message from 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 the number which we set as a from number on our WhatsApp. So let's try another one. Wow, it's working in quick time. Let's emoji also. Send. Okay, another UID. So we'll see wow, it's working in quick time. And that's it. That was a quick integration between Vonage and you can say WhatsApp to Salesforce integration with the help of Vonage. Thank you so much. Hope you learned something new and hope to see you all in the next video.